get the hang of this someday. What's up, everybody? Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can. That's fantastic. I don't know if that had any sound. Sometimes you just roll with it. I can hear myself, though, so I can know that's working. Thanks for coming over, everybody, from the RV Underway Raid. Mr. Joseph Hoke, the first here. How's it going? Thanks for being here. The Aloha Conch. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Box Van D is here. Bring the kids back on. They're doing so good, especially since they're taught online. I was joking. That's what a dad does. He jokes. It's like Gus should have gonged them. The kids were on Art of RVing's Gong Show last night, and they played their piano. I was giving Bella heck because she tried to pick something easier that she learned a long time ago. But anyway, hitch up in tow. Mark and Coral, thanks for being here. Texas Family Camping, hello. Thanks for being here. Daydream about nice things, eh, Gary? How's it going? And Tammy, hope you're watching with Gary. Settling down in the closet. Little NOTB time. Posh Cats Camping, what's up? Thanks for being here. Art of RVing. Hey, guys. Thanks for being here. And RV Underway, the one who has sent the Raiders. POA! Well, that's a good thing they're here. Fantastic. Linda Barker, hello. Well, that's a good thing they're here. Camping therapy. Good thing audio's working. Somebody else is watching, testing it out. Thank you, Troy Dobson, for subscribing. Wow, I've never seen that during a live. That's cool. 3 for the Road RV. Thank you so much for being here. As always, if you guys are looking through here, you see some names you may not know, go check them out. Because obviously they know where to be on a Sunday. Good thing. Thank you. Idle Cruises on land and sea. Very nice. Welcome. Very nice. Heading through. See, now I won't know who I said hi to. I should get a CAT scan. I have no memory. Ha! John Chucker. Thanks for being here, man. How you doing? Coming on down the line. Buddy Dog. There's my brother Brian. How you doing? Thanks for being here. And yeah, children are doing a puzzle. Our neighbors next door, I don't know if they intended to get them back, but they gave us a couple puzzles, and they said, we can't get these done. They're driving us nuts. There's too many pieces. Do your kids like puzzles? We say, well, sure. So they did one of them in about a day, and we gave it back to them. They're like, what? No way. But yeah, kids are working on a puzzle. Natasha is not with me, as you can see. She is actually not feeling quite well today. So they called her off of work. They were doing this protocol since she had worked with a patient that they had found out kind of after the fact when they were going to transfer him to a different facility that he had COVID. So she's on this whole protocol thing. So she wakes up every day, takes her temp, see if she has any symptoms. She has to report it on this app. Kind of interesting, but yeah, not fun when she is not feeling well. So that's why I'm here solo. So the usual rigmarole. What have we been up to since last Sunday? Last Sunday we were close to St. Louis at the Diary of a Family's RV park where they're staying. So since then, I don't know, Natasha's been working extra. So Just been working a lot. Kids and I have been hanging out at home a lot. We have finally figured out this ordering our groceries online thing. So that's always interesting. So we have figured out if we synchronize them, because Aldi is right next door to Walmart. So we set up our pickup time and we'll go to Aldi where we get the majority of our stuff. But there's some things like we're not fond of at Aldi or that we like better elsewhere. So we'll just get a few more things at Walmart. And I can tell you Aldi is a lot more efficient and probably less busy. So we have figured out that whole grocery thing, which is great. I don't have to go around the grocery store because that's generally one of my duties that I am proud to do because Natasha is off working her tail off, taking care of the sickos. Good. That bot is working too. Fantastic. So other than that, haven't really been up to much. Let's jump into some mail that we got. This made me think of Blue Wave. I don't know if he's here. I don't think so. But this one came from Fort Myers, Florida, from Tamiami Trail, even. I'm not going to hold this up to the camera because it always screws up our focus. But this is from Shady Acres RV Park. We got a sticker and a postcard, and it says, "Camping with my nomies." That's kind of funny. Camping with my nomies. Clever. And we got a very special package in the mail this week. International package from across the pond because we won a little contest on Posh Cats Camping's giveaway. We were excited because we won a mug. And we thought about this after the fact. We're like, we should have been like, hey, you don't have to send that to us. It's probably going to cost like $1,000 to send that over here. For some reason, we're not considerate. We didn't think about that. But so we are really stoked. We're really grateful that we got this. And not only did we get a mug, they sent us a keychain with their logo. We have a lovely magnet and a couple more stickers. So that is really, really cool. Never received mail from England. That's for sure. And the fact that they sent that to us, that's pretty neat. Because that is kind of funny. We are on Diary of a Family's live, and they were giving away a lunchbox, and Posh Cats was telling them if we win, yes it is, if we win, don't send that over here because it costs a lot to ship things across the pond. And I was like, ooh, yeah, sorry about that. That's but there they are. Yeah, yes, we got it, we love it. And I was joking. I said, we're going to get rid of all of our mugs. We have the Gary and the Bear mug, and now we have the Posh Cats camping mug. We're just going to have a collection of our RV channel friends' mugs. That'd be pretty neat. Yeah. So that's kind of what we're up to. Have you seen our video from this week? We're talking all about different ways to make money on the road. We are so grateful to all the people that reached out to give us advice and to give us the information to share with people. We had all sorts of different people. As you know, we had the mobile techs, we had the work campers, we had one of us knew about travel nursing somehow, and IT folks. So everybody that was involved with that, there's a list. Thank you so much. Go check out that video. You'll see the list in the description. Show them some love. We would appreciate that. I do have a Gary and the Bear mug. I thought about, since I'm running solo, I'm not going to get up. But I thought about grabbing it and thinking it would have a little fun with it. But Yeah. So far, we've had luck, D, with our mugs. Yeah. The joke. Oh, see, I'm terrible at this. Here's the mug. Gary from Daydream About Nice Things. Shirtless on a bear. Isn't that lovely? And the joke is that I'm thirsty. That's not good. That's not good. Something about this mug just doesn't make it taste right. That's the joke. And there you go. There you go, POA. Gonna make me a mug. That'd be sweet. And yeah, luckily we haven't had mugs break. Natasha has this wine glass that she got that the stem keeps breaking and we keep gluing back together. But other than that, all is well there. Anything else new, kids? What am I forgetting? Playing Fortnite. Very important.
IKEA and switching out the furniture?
Oh, yeah. That's one of those things that you tease, I think. Ooh, we went to IKEA and we got some new furniture. And you'll see in an upcoming video, there was in like 3 months, because who knows how far we're behind. But the kids have this trifold couch that's in their mid-bunk. And Bella really wasn't a fan of unfolding it, making it, next morning, unmaking it, refolding it, like every single day. Wasn't a big fan of that. So we were trying to find a different solution, and we figured IKEA might be a good place for that. So we did find a solution. We also had some broken recliners that, you know, if you sit in a lot while your wife goes to work, things will probably break. So we got rid of those and a dumpster nearby the campground, not in the campground, because we thought that might be tacky. But we found a nearby apartment complex with a very large dumpster that was empty, and we felt that was a good place for it. But yeah, nobody wanted that. But we did sell the one in the mid-bunk, which I was surprised. I had listed for $100. I had people hitting on that, like 5 or 6 people that wanted to come see it. So the first person came, and I said, hey, do you want us to take it outside? We can have it out of the RV, because we are in an RV. We're at the RV park. It's probably a little strange. And they're like, oh, yeah, no problem. I'll send my husband and son or son-in-law, I forget who it was, and they can come get it. And they were here for a while. And I think they ended up taking it out in about 6 pieces, which is kind of funny. And I did record some video, and they did see me doing that. I said, hey, are you recording us? I was like, yeah, I just wanted to show my wife. She wouldn't believe me if I told you how you guys were taking it out of here. So yeah, so that's really kind of what we got going. So yeah, we did get a couple new chairs from IKEA, and I think we're sticking with them. That's a story for another time. But without further ado, we should get along with the show here. So rolling off of our video all about ways to make money on the road, we wanted to find someone that knew what they were talking about. One of our experts that helped us with the information for that show. So I thought of our guest today, and luckily they agreed to be on the show. And I was thinking, I'm like, well, these guys used to be part of the Sunday Live Entertainment. I was like, oh, we're bringing them back. So if they're ready, wave at me. Give me a thumbs up. They're ready. I'm blurry. What did I just do? Let's bring them up. We'll mess with that. What? What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Hello, Bill.
What?
Why are you blurry?
This thing, man. I'm going to throw this thing away one of these days. How you doing? I'm going to put in my earbuds so I can probably hear you better.
Okay. sounds
Becky
good.
and Fabian from POA, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, you caught us on our day off.
Yes, you did.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, this is our first weekend off since May. So, thank you for letting us join you.
Heck yeah. Amazing that worked out.
Yep.
Headphones are connected.
Perfect.
So you can hear us now, Bill?
Oh, I can hear you. It's not.
Oh, you muted yourself. So I don't know how the mute. I don't know
Yep.
if you want to be muted or you want to still talk to us.
Well, Bill is on mute right now. Let's hope he figure it out.
But thanks everybody for
Whatever.
joining us.
Okay, there we go, Bill.
Whatever. I'll just turn you up. We got a new laptop. Obviously, I don't know how to use it.
It's all right.
Don't worry, it's
There
okay.
we go. Can I hear you?
Jinx. Every time we go live, we have an issue. We pass it on to you.
Yeah.
You're
What
welcome.
a thing.
So, what would you like to know about work camping? We have
Yes.
plethora
Oh
of
my
things that we've
goodness.
done.
Well, at first I wanted to pretend. Maybe there's some new folks here that may not know you. Could you first tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. You go ahead first.
Well, I'm Fabian,
I'm Becky,
and we are Proceeding Onward in America.
POA.
And just like everybody in America, we're just pursuing on with our dreams, traveling cross country in our little 19-foot travel trailer back here. It's just me, her, and a dog.
Jag. He's 8 years
Jag.
old now, by the way. Yeah.
He's a very quiet and good dog.
He's actually laying down here in the sun, chilling.
But we've been traveling for like 2 years now.
Over 2 years, 2.5.
Yep. And we're pretty much having fun. Right now we are in Washington State, work camping again. I think this is our third or fifth gig. I don't remember.
This is our third campground, but we've also done like Sugar Beat and all that.
Yes. So we pretty much got a little expertise in work camping, and we know a little bit. And we met a couple of other people, so we know a little bit other gigs out there for work camping and what other people do to get around the country, go make a little dollar here or there, and then keep traveling and having fun. Because we all need gas money.
Oh my gosh. And if you don't have gas, buddy, get it.
Yeah. That is quite important. So that's all part of it. You gotta work, and then you save the money to get to your next gig, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
And then you travel around, you explore it like it's a vacation, and go see things you never saw before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Or
what
like
made you decide?
Bill, we get to teach the kids new things that they don't learn in books these days.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So what made
Yeah,
you
we're
decide
into
to
it.
start the RV life?
We didn't know where we wanted to live.
Yeah.
We're merchant mariners, and I'm also in the Navy Reserves, and we like to travel a lot. And we both met on a ship. We dated for a couple months, and we're like, well, where do you want to go? Where do you want to live together? We were only dating for like 3 or 4 months when we decided to go RVing full time.
So I only knew this woman for like about 3 or 4 months, and I locked myself in a 19-foot box with her.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's been a while. Here you go. Here's
I think we should have went fifth wheel style,
Right.
not yet.
but then
Well,
we probably would have drove ourselves crazy.
So that's a pretty crazy idea. So you
Yeah.
meet somebody, 3 or 4 months later, you're living in a box, man.
With a dog.
For the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, this trucker's license.
That's right.
Near Washington. Hey, we're near Silver Lake. Just saying. I don't know what that is. Compared to where you are.
Multitasking. Yeah, I got to keep an eye on the chat. See, normally Natasha's got this down pat. Maybe I should get one of the kids over here and help me keep an eye on the chat. Highlight stuff. So, speaking of your RV,
Me first.
what kind of RV do you have?
We have a Gulfstream, which is a vintage cruiser 19 RBS.
For a rare bath special,
Yeah, and it's the Woody edition.
which is very woody.
Very nautical like.
We call it our ship on wheels.
Perfect. So I wanted to make sure I understood. Sorry, I'm still flustered about the sound, so I'm off my game a little bit.
It's
So
okay.
you were in the Navy. You're still active in the Navy. Is that right?
Yes. Well, it's the Navy Reserves, and we actually have some things changing up coming up this year, which we're not going to announce yet until it's finalized. But I'm still in it, and actually the 30th will be 14 years for me. The 30th of this month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
Because that was the thing. I was like, well, I know you were over in Italy. I know that you were recently overseas in South Korea, but I don't know if that was more honeymoon-ish or more reserve-related.
It was more Navy-ish, but we turned it into a honeymoon-ish.
Yeah, the Navy paid for me to go over. And I was like, well, if the Navy's paying me to fly over, do work, give me a hotel and so forth, why not just pay for a ticket for him to come visit?
Yeah, that's perfect.
I saved on it.
Sounds perfect to me. Hey,
Hello,
Diary of a
Family. I just saw their last video about safety, and they are 100% correct on all of that information they put out there.
So if you haven't checked out that video, make sure you
go check it out.
Because there is a special visit from another channel in that video that's pretty legit too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Their best friend.
That's right. We miss him, man. We got to see him last weekend though.
I'm starting to call y'all like the Fifth Wheel Twins.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it was when we were traveling with them, if we weren't with them at that time when our fridge went out, I don't know what we would have done. So to have them with us, traveling alongside us, that was a blessing for sure. That's for sure.
Now, Bill, question on the fridge. Did y'all change that fridge in like the Home Depot parking lot, or did y'all go somewhere else and do that?
we were at the KOA in Alamogordo. And I'm like, wow, we are trashing this place up. We got a fridge sitting in pieces outside the RV.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, we called them up and we're like, hey, sorry, we're really messing the joint up here. We got like our fridge all over the site, and they were really cool about it. And they're like, oh, it's fine. We got a residential fridge. I understand. But no, we went down to Lowe's and talked about delivery, and they're like, you're in an RV. I don't think we can deliver. And we're like, well, shoot. So then, yeah, we did that all by ourselves at the KOA. Worked out.
Oh, that's good. I was actually thinking y'all would have drove it straight to them and just said, we're going to take this one, switch it in, and then give them the old one right there on the parking lot.
That'd be pretty smart. When you have these huge 42-foot fifth wheels, we're like, and then that whole day we were joking. I'm like, if they weren't there, it probably would have been like a big like fight fest and like just button heads, and they kept us all cool and calm, and but that would have been smart to take it there and have them do it.
You can do that next time.
Yeah.
Next time.
No. No more next time. Not good. Well, so we're getting to the work camping. When did you guys start YouTubing?
I think we started YouTubing around the same time we got the RV.
Around April 2017.
Yeah, because we thought about doing the YouTubing to help share our adventure with everybody, and if we can pretty much learn from it, we figure people can learn from us as well. And we just thought it would be a great idea to keep sharing our experience to everybody else, and we just gave it a shot. Everybody else was doing it, why not? And we just wanted to give our little input and maybe our little knowledge, and if we learn something, or we go somewhere special, we'll share it with everybody. Everybody shares everything what they got on Facebook and Instagram. Why not YouTube as well, right?
That's right.
And then we started
All
work
right, John
camping.
Chucker.
Oh.
We appreciate you being here. And I'm not sure what's going on with the mod thing, but we will figure it out, and I can reach out to you, and we can talk about that not during the show, if that's okay. All right? D, thanks for coming. Looks like you're maybe going to get ready for your show. All right. Okay, work camping. So you bought your RV. At what point, how did you hear about work camping, and how did you decide to give it a go?
I think the first time we thought about it was up in Vermont area where we was at.
Yeah.
And we was up there at a friend's house, and we was trying to figure out how can we make a little income. And that's when we started out with the Rover and the Secret Shopper. And we looked into that, and we played around with the Secret Shopper for a while, where they give you an assignment to go to a location and pretend you're buying something and try to get all the information from this salesperson to see how well they're doing at their job. And it was kind of interesting. And then at first it was fun, and then it started becoming more of a task because Becky had to do a lot of paperwork and remember everything that everybody said on what they said
And what they look like.
along with what they look like. So it became like so much of a difficult task for such little money, because I think they was only paying like about
$15 to $20
Yeah.
for each gig. And then you're driving all these hours to get there. You're there for so many hours in Best Buy. I mean, we got a free oil change out of it. Don't get me wrong. We got a couple good stuff. Yeah, but you would also have to buy stuff to prove that you actually went there. And it just became more tedious than anything. It wasn't worth the $15, $20.
Yeah, we think that's more for like local people, I guess. Not travelers. So we kind of didn't stay with that, and then we tried out the Rover, which is kind of like pet babysitting. So if people around the neighborhood needs a babysitter for their dog or their cat, we'll go babysit them, and we did that a couple of times. Right?
We did that for one guy.
One guy? Okay.
There's one guy that we did it for.
And he had 2 dogs.
2 dogs.
An old blind one and a young, brand new hyper one.
Huh. That's a mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had to leave and everything, so we had to go to his house a couple of times a day to let the dogs out and feed them and everything. I mean, that made some good money, but once we started traveling, you couldn't really set your schedule up for people to book you.
Yeah.
So you couldn't just change your location and be like, hey, in a month from now, I'm going to be in this location available for these days. So that kind of was a wash. But if you're in a certain location for a while in a camper, that's good.
Yeah. And then when we kept traveling south, I ended up getting a call from my mother about my grandmother not waking up out of the hospital when she went into surgery. And then we just booked it down to Florida, and we needed to stay there for a while. So we just applied for a KOA franchise from the KOA website, and he was paying us just the site to stay, but no cash. So we just took it because we needed a place to park this little thing right now, and it was not too far away from my grandmother, so it worked out perfectly. I can go see her, we can talk to her, I can help out the best way I can. And then after that came out, we ended up kind of liking that one a little bit better, but we wanted to make some money while we do it.
Right.
When you work for your spot, you're working, depending on the location, anywhere from 20 to 40 hours. And this is in Florida, and he wanted about 38 hours. So about 18 hours or so, give or take, between the both of us to just work, but not get paid.
Right.
So that kind of hurt our budget, but it was great so he could see his grandma. And then when she passed away, we moved on. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I guess the blessing was you were close and you got to spend some time. Yeah.
So I always said she gave us a free spot to stay at least.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's kind of what
Right.
got you started with, hooked in with KOA.
Yes.
But I know you guys have worked some of the other popular locations or jobs also. Like, what other types of jobs have you done?
We did sugar beet harvest, which is up in North Dakota, Minnesota area. It's only supposed to be like a 2-week to a 1-month job. Um, it pays well. An average couple walks out of there with at least about $6,000 to $7,000 if they work the proper hours and everything.
Yeah, that's combined.
That's
by the way,
combined
that's
couple.
combined.
But
So
it
for 2
can,
weeks or 2 months?
yes. So you can go up in there. You can. I think it starts in like around September, October time,
Yeah,
and
right
it'll.
about now, in about a week or two, a lot of people will start heading up there to get to their assignment for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what
So-
we did last year, and we got the video of that one coming out today as well. I just remembered that one.
Oh, perfect. About the sugar
Yeah.
beets or about?
About the sugar beet.
Because they don't want to ask too much about it, so they should. But I'm curious, so I'm going to be watching. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next couple of videos that we have coming out is about the sugar beet harvest. This one's about us traveling up there, finding some free dump stations and getting our campground and learning about it. The next one will be about what we learned at orientation, what the equipment looks like, and what we actually had to do and so forth. And then we'll have some real footage from the sugar beet harvest from last year.
That's perfect.
So you're,
yeah, it was-
yeah. So you mentioned you're about 3 months behind. We're about a year behind.
yeah, which is fine. Like, to me, I'm like, you're still, people are catching up, and it, like they say, if it's green or people are watching years from now, they don't care when it happened. You know, if they want to know about the sugar beet harvest, they're gonna look it up. They don't care when you put it out. You know. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and then
Hey,
we're actually down the
fellas.
KOA.
Bella's my
Sorry.
clicker now.
There's nothing
Sorry.
you need to click.
No, you're fine. I was just saying, Bella's over here. She's my mouse operator now. So if she sees something in the chat, she's gonna select it.
Okay. Hello, Bella.
Hey, Bella.
Hi.
Camera shy, huh? She don't want to take over for her mother.
Well, yeah, I'd probably just have to scoot over. You want to come in?
There you go.
Oh,
There you go. Yay.
plus I got I don't know, these speakers on our new laptop. They're not good, but I usually work with my earbuds.
So now
in.
we got B and
when I'm editing and
Bella
stuff.
Bill.
That's right.
And Bernie.
Triple B. We got Bernie.
Triple B.
You got to hold him up. People can't see.
Where's the camera?
There he is. There's
Oh
Bernie.
boy.
Perfect.
Triple B.
That's right. So you guys kind of got hooked in with KOA, and I know you've been a few places. Do you have somewhere that was tops, the hot job that people should try to go get?
Everybody has the different preference, I always say. So it's pretty much up to you to like research what best fits your style or whatnot, because some of these jobs, they do pay you and some of them don't. So some people don't want to collect an income, they just want a free place to stay so they can, explore the location, and some collect that SSI or pension and they can't add extra income to it, so that's why they go to those. And then you got some people like us that we got to pay bills, so we need to get paid. So we need as much money per hour per day. You know what I mean?
Yep. Nomadic
And to
Hippie
bounce-
says hello.
Hello, Nomadic Hippie.
And to bounce off from that, for the KOA, something that we learned about, there's the franchise and the corporate. There's technically 3 others. There's 3 of them. The other one starts with an R, and I really can't think of it. But anyways, it's mostly corporate and franchise. Most of the franchise is you come and you work for your spot, where the corporate is they'll pay you an hourly wage. And on top of it, you also have to pay a monthly site fee, which is about $175 a month. So you pay that out of your paycheck, and then the rest of it is
Yours to keep.
yours to keep. Unfortunately, that 175 is the same across the board. So no matter what KOA you work at that's corporate, you pay that. Now, minimum wage is different in each state. So when we worked down in Texas, we were getting paid $8 and something an hour. Whereas if you worked up in Maine, you can make $12 to $14 an hour, and you're still paying that monthly income.
Jackie, come here.
For the monthly RV site.
Come here.
Rennie, the doggy.
Yeah.
Well, Jag was wrapping around our chairs. Sorry.
Come here.
See, the dogs are joining the show. We got Bernie, now we got Jag.
Come here.
Perfect. Now, like we had mentioned in our video, we from watching your guys' videos and stuff, we finally joined up with the KOA Work Camper program, and we actually had a job lined up in Colorado Springs because we were planning on going there. And when we were just looking for a spot, we called and asked like what it costs to stay there monthly, and they're like, "Well, we don't do monthly, but we'll charge you $80 a night to stay here." And we're like, "Oh, that seems a little steep." And I'm like, "Well, do you have?" I didn't see it on the app or the website, but do you guys have any work camping jobs? And like, "Oh yeah, you work 20 hours, and then you get your site basically." And like you were saying, they take it out of your check. And I'm like, "Well, that's pretty slick." And then anything above the 20 hours, they pay you. I think it was $12 an hour. So I'm like, I mean, obviously we're not going to pay $80 a night to stay there, but man, that seems like a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Actually, what we're thinking about in our future, like when we were at the KOA down in Hollywood, even though we didn't get paid, he also took a gig at Amazon at the same time. So,
And Amazon also does work camping as well.
Mhm.
So that's also another work camping job out there. They have more locations now. They got out from the last time we seen, they got in Oregon, Arizona, Kentucky, Nevada, and a few other places on their website you can see.
Is it Tennessee?
I know it was Kentucky. It wasn't Tennessee.
Okay.
And they have more locations than they did before. All of their jobs pay about $15 an hour or more. And they pay for your campsite, campground. But you have to book that yourself.
Yeah.
How do they pay it is the only question mark I don't know, because I'm thinking they're either going to give you the money to give to them or they pay the campground themselves. I don't know. That's the only question mark we don't know right now. But I only worked at Amazon at Opelika, Florida, but it wasn't a work camping job. It was still Amazon. So the work is still the same thing. And they mostly hire work campers at the end of the year from like September all the way to February time, depending on how long they need everybody. But most of the time after Black Friday, that's when they start dropping off a couple of workers because they don't need it no more after Black Friday.
Or Christmas.
I looked into that as well, and yeah, it did. When we were in Reno, I was looking at the one up in Oregon, but then when they talk about how you have to book the site yourself, I'm like, well, I know there's like waiting lists up in Oregon to get like a monthly site, so how would that even work? And then, but it's like, well, that sounds like a good deal, and then it's one of those things that I was curious about the sugar beet harvest too, but we'll find out in your video. Like, are you on your feet for like 12 hours a day? Are you working 60 hours a week? I don't want to sign up for that, you know.
Well, I would guarantee you for the sugar beet and the Amazon, you are on your feet for 12 hours a day, basically. The sugar beet is definitely a 12-hour a day. It's either 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And Amazon, they're 10 hours a day, and they're either the morning crew, which is I think is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., or the evening crew. And I think the evening crew has less hours, but somewhere around there. But you are on your feet all the time. Like in Amazon, you're definitely standing on your feet, touching a computer, pulling out items out of a robot, sticking it in a box, and then pushing the box when it tells you to push the box. And then for sugar beet, you're standing on your feet around a lot of mud, pressing a button to return mud. So you're dealing with a lot of mud in sugar beet.
Right.
Mud and chips. Mud and chips.
So if you like trucking and mudding, sugar beet is your thingin'.
I was gonna say, I suppose at the end of the day, the payoff kind of pays for the work that you're doing.
The payoff is great on both of them. The Amazon starts you off about $15, like I said, or more, and the Sugar Beet starts you off. I think they just raised it to 16 and some change.
Yeah, $16.30 or something weird an hour.
Yeah. And
Wow.
for the Sugar Beets, you work Monday to Friday, your 40 hours. Saturday is your overtime, and then Sunday is your double pay.
Wow.
So you make over
7 days a
$30
week?
an hour on
Or
Sunday.
you,
Hmm.
If the weather is great and there's not a lot of rain, you could be working 7 days a week. But if it is too rainy and these farmers can't get these beets out of the ground, you're just sitting in your camper, not working and not getting paid.
Yep.
yeah.
And your first
I think
gig
I remember.
there- Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that the first gig there, you usually end up on the night crew. You don't get the day crew a lot. So you got to be prepared for the 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. work.
Yeah, but like you said, this is North Dakota and Minnesota in harvest season, so it's probably like
Yeah.
2 degrees.
Oh, it got cold.
It got cold, but so I would suggest if you do that one, layer up. Put on a
Yeah.
lot of layers.
Yeah.
Some of them, they're actually nice. If it's not a lot of work and it's not a lot of trucks coming in, they'll probably say you can go sit in your car, turn on the heat and blast it and whatnot, and you can at least do that until the truck comes. But the only thing that messes it all up is the weather. If it's too much rain and mud and these trucks can't get, and these farmers can't get their beets out of the mud, then there's no work. So you're basically up there. You do get free stay for all of this, but you're up there not getting no money though.
Yeah. So you've worked all sorts of interesting. Is there anything that you'd rather not go back and do, or something you should just stay away from?
To us, jobs that don't pay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
True.
also Christmas trees. They do Christmas trees. We're afraid of having the lot of trees around our rig. We're not a big fan of that because if there's a fire in the trees can go up in flames really quick. We
Yeah.
don't want that near us.
No.
Yeah, for the Christmas tree thing, we end up discovering that through some friends at the Sugar Beets, that some of them right after Sugar Beets, they go to Arizona and sell Christmas trees. And you get to live in your rig. They got a whole, they got like a gate fenced around your rig and all of these Christmas trees.
Huh.
And then you hire some workers that help you load up these trees, unload the trees, sell the trees, deliver the trees, and everything like that. I've heard that so many people do make good money from it, but I'm not sure how much.
Yeah.
And then right after the Christmas trees, they start going and sell fireworks for the 4th of July. Basically, same
Not
process.
the 4th of July.
Or
Or New Year's.
New Year's. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
They do have
interesting.
they
Yeah.
do have those gigs though at other places where you can do it before the 4th of July too.
Yeah.
So
So there's a lot
So-
of jobs out there. You just got to have the right right contacts and everything like that.
So I do see a question from John Chalker. He asked if we had to clean toilets and everything. There has been a couple of work camping gigs where we did have to clean some toilets at the campgrounds. The one down KOA in Hollywood, we definitely did. We did the Dallas Arlington KOA. We did. Here we kind of have. We're at the Silver Lake RV Resort in Silver Lake, Washington right now. It's not KOA related. It is one that we found off the Work Camper News Facebook page. So Work Camper is where we found the post, and I applied for it, and that's how we're out here. I haven't cleaned the toilets here really yet, but we do a lot of cabin cleaning and front desk and maintenance.
Yeah. I haven't cleaned no toilets either. So,
Yeah.
but
Yes, thanks, John, for asking questions. I should have been saying, if you have questions, of course, please ask them in the chat, and we'll ask these fine experts right here. But that does kind of go along with kind of where I was going next, is like, if someone's starting out, do you have any tips, or do you have apps or websites that people should be looking at?
Well, the first tip I would have to say for anybody who's starting out is keep an open mind, because of course you don't know what you're going to be getting into any of these jobs. You don't know how these jobs are going to work, and they are completely different than your regular old job. So go in with an open mind and just at least finish off your first contract. Don't make your first contract like a 1-year contract or 2-year contract or anything, because you're not really going to be happy, especially if you don't know what the job is, if that makes sense. So try to make it a short contract. Go in there with an open mind and just try to at least finish it before you say anything bad or good about it.
Right.
Because, you know, it's just going to be like a regular job, but these are going to be a little bit tougher. And you got to understand that the good thing about these jobs is your home is not too far from where you work. So there's no traffic to get in and out.
Yep. It's true.
Just walk in, clock in, and go to work. And lunchtime, guess what? Go to your RV, make a sandwich, eat your lunch, and go back to work.
Yep.
So it saves you money on lunch, it saves you money on traveling, and it gives you a free place to stay for you to explore anywhere around.
Right. Yep.
And also, just remember, if you do get your work camping gig, our first one we really didn't like that much. We had some issues with the manager and so forth. We ended up leaving. So don't feel like you're stuck.
Yes.
So if you feel like you're stuck, remember your house has wheels. Please leave and keep trying a different job. Don't let the first work camping job tear you down. Because if we did that after we had our issues at the KOA there, we wouldn't be where we are now.
No.
So yes, we found these jobs through word of mouth. We did KOA work campers, and we also did work camping news. The KOA work campers, you do have to pay a yearly fee if you want to be part of it to find the gigs. But the work camper news, you can pay or use it for free. I use the one on Facebook a lot. In their group, people will post about it, and that's how you can find some of the jobs too.
Yep. Or if you're into volunteering, like for us, Natasha makes the money. So if I can find us a free place to just park it, like when we volunteered for the Corps of Engineers down in Waco, like that was perfect for us. Like it just gave us a free full hookup site, and I walked around and picked up trash and unlocked a gate and locked it twice a week. It's pretty simple. So if that's something you're looking for, we went, I think volunteer.gov is a great place to look for those. But most people want to get paid. So I don't know, volunteer.gov would be for most people. But
Well, like I said, it's all dependent on everybody's preference on how they want to do it. If they want to do it for free and volunteer, and or if they got income coming in from somewhere else, it's, you know what I mean, do it that way. But if you really want to make money to pay for your bills and everything, then you just got to read all of these fine prints of all these jobs that putting up information and know for sure if they're paying or if you're just working for your site. And if you're working for your site, you know, you ain't getting paid. You're just working to stay there for free. And sometimes that's not a good thing, and sometimes it's a good thing. We kind of like the both. It's like a bonus.
And you got to know your budget. When we first started work camping, we had 2 loans because we got the truck and the camper. And then as you're work camping, we weren't really making enough money because we were working in places that didn't have a high minimum wage. We were barely making ends meet. So make sure you know what state you want to work in, what ones have better pay to it, so you can pay for your stay and also for all your bills.
yep. So imagine your Odyssey popped in. Thanks for being here. And then Hippie was talking, or Nomadic Hippie. Sorry, I just always call him Hippie. He was talking about how he never really realized that places like KOA or maybe even Thousand Trails might be hiring work campers to come in and work. He always thought that maybe they were just employees of the campground, which really you are. But I mean,
Well, they are employees of the campground, but pretty much a good portion of every campground workers live there in their RV and working. You just have a few work campers out there that rather live there as a fixed living quarters and work at the campground, either if they get paid or if they, you know, some people are like that. And if they don't want to travel nowhere and they just want to live in the RV and work at the campground, then more power to them, you know what I mean? But we kind of like we like the power to move around and everything here and there and see different views of the world.
Now, at the campground that we work now, we do have a couple that are locals that come in and work as well. So they don't necessarily live in an RV either. So that's just something to keep in mind, that all work campers are not all RVers. Some of them are local as well.
Yeah, I just remembered about that. We have a few of them that work campers here that don't even live in an RV here. They just live like in a local area and they come here to work.
Sticker swap.
Uh-oh, Bella's right. We forgot to do the sticker swap. Uh-oh. Bella's, she's taking Natasha's job.
We got new stickers with new
there
logos.
POA. I mean, I don't want to jump ahead, but I do want to talk about that. We will get to how we can find you guys, but I did want to ask, how far in advance do you guys plan your job? Do you like stack them up? Like, do you know where we're going here the next 6 months or 9 months or?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
So this gig was kind of a oh my God, it fell in our laps type of thing. So this year we were actually planning on working on our ships, try to get some good money because we want to upgrade and so forth. And then COVID hit. And so then we ended up losing our jobs out at sea. And this one was just posted on Facebook through that Work Campers Facebook page. And I was like, holy Toledo, let's go to Washington. And so when we're out here, we start planning also to do the sugar beet again and also to do Amazon. As we were here, some things changed up and we had to now cancel Amazon and the sugar beet because something else is in the works. So it's good to plan ahead, but also be flexible because things can always change.
I always say things always change. Plans never go to
Same thing with travel. There's places we say we want to go, but it doesn't really always work out that way.
Nope.
So right now we have something scheduled at Mayberry, and we're like, you know what? We're going to make it work. We're going to stay here and extend until Mayberry happens, and we're going to go there, and then I think we're going to try to go back to Texas, but who knows?
But what time frame
We're
is
not there yet.
Again?
Arizona.
Mayberry is October 15th through the 18th, I want to say. I believe that's right. So, yeah, we're hanging out here till then. If you guys want to, can you tell us what you have in store for your future plans?
Boy, you're getting everything out of us.
I think you took up too much news broadcasting classes.
Well, you're still too much, but there's some Navy works possibly in the works.
Perfect.
So we will be moving off the Pacific coast to a coast near you.
Aha. That's perfect. So, yes, now, and I don't know if it's on your YouTube's like homepage or it has all your Instagram and all that. How can we find POA across the interwebs?
Yeah, so we have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just pretty much put in Proceeding Onward in America. If you would like to email us, it is POA blog, blog @gmail.com if you want to send us a message there. But we're pretty active on Instagram and Facebook. And YouTube, we're putting out videos weekly. So you can always leave a comment on a video and respond to that too. And that doesn't usually take weeks. Sometimes it's a couple of days.
Yeah.
Depending on what's going on.
Depending on how much we're working.
Yeah.
Yes. I just crossed my mind. Have you guys ever crossed paths with like Grassroots Living or any of the more popular work camping RVers?
We crossed paths with a few YouTubers before, but Grassroots Living we haven't came across yet. When we came out here, we was hoping to cross paths with you or Diary of a Family, because we heard y'all was around this area. But we haven't crossed paths with y'all either. It seemed like y'all just the other way faster than we can find out.
But we have met up with the Roads We Roam. Yes. We met up with the Traveling Pisces a couple weeks ago. They came to our campground. We got to give them a free spot for the night. Whoa, so they just chilled out right across the road, and we had a nice barbecue and everything else.
Barbecue ribs and some macaroni and cheese salad or something like that.
I think she made potato salad.
Salad? Something.
It was good. I just remember the macaroni and potato.
Good campfire, good talks. Only thing was the problem was Jag didn't like their dog for some reason.
Well, they didn't introduce them properly, unfortunately, and then it just
Yeah.
stuck in his mind. So
Well, that's no good.
It's all good. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
He was just protecting his home. They should have met off the house area in a neutral area instead of protecting zone area.
Hmm. That's good. Looks like Natasha's throwing up your email. She is here.
Thank you.
She wasn't feeling camera present today, so
It's all right. Bella
Not
looks
feeling-
great. Hi, Bella.
yeah. Bernie's helping too.
Yeah.
So I assume Beyond Beauty, the usual lineup, is coming up. She is not coming up.
No, she
I need to
canceled
check
for
my
tonight.
texts. Oh no, we're going a whole other hour. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
So,
we do have a.
They have your premiere. We need to get
Yes.
that link.
We got a video
Natasha.
premiere coming up right after this.
Yeah. As
What
for
kind
the
of-
work camping and Social Security, if you find a job that doesn't pay you, you can definitely do work camping gig. Or if you're allowed to make a certain amount, I know some people you can contact your Social Security and be like, hey, what is the amount that I'm allowed to make per month? And then you can work that many hours and make that extra money. I know some people that made an extra $100 a month, and Social Security was fine with that.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So no BB3. After BB3 is Docs Van D, right? I just need to bring Nettie up here. Keep me in line, like Gary does. And then we K&R took over our Epic RV Adventure spot. There.
Her mom is sick.
What? We're staying on all night.
I think it's
No, I'm just kidding. My goodness. How about Jerry Holly? Is he doing? No. Is this the first night in a while KT is back with Slow Momentum doing karaoke? Is that right? Did I get 1 out of 5 correct?
I did see the karaoke thing tonight, so I did see that. I saw the
Well, that's
post for it.
Kenneth Oates, is he going back left? But you guys are going to have a premiere right at the top of the hour here.
Yes.
Yes.
And there it is. There's the link. I think we should all go over there and raid these guys this week. I need to figure it out. I think we're going to the Lincoln Museum in our video. And we have our last part of our RV Living Start Here series. We're going to break down our budget, which could be scary. But that's what we got going. And anything else I'm forgetting? A shake of the head, no. Good.
You got 2 minutes.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on here.
Oh.
It was in a pinch. It was like last night that I'm like, hey, you happen to be free? And you did happen to be free. That's great.
And we really appreciate it and really hope Natasha feels better and so forth because we can't wait to see her again. So thank you so much for all this.
Yes, we can't wait to meet you guys somewhere down the dang road. We'll figure this out one of these times.
It might be this year.
And we'll see you over at your video.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys so much.
All right.
We'll
Bye-bye.
see you over
Wait.
at your
We need
video.
to say the ending that we do in every video.
The ending. We got to say the ending. What are we saying, Bella?
Motto.
I'm Bill.
And I'm Bella, and that's Bernie, and that's Mom, and that's Will. And we're encouraging you to get out there and nurse what makes you happy.
All right. Perfect.
Uh,
All right. Thanks,
keep
guys.
proceeding on with your dreams.
Yes. Chase your dreams. Have some drinks.